Hey guys, Elite Legionarii here. Today I'm bringing you a 2 vs 2 of Medieval 2 Total War. This time will be a night battle on the Arsuf map, and I'll be teaming up with another fellow medieval player who's a regular player, Lavernicus. Played several games with him, and he's a good ally, good player, friendly person to play with, and really enjoys company. We will be facing, let's see if we can get it to show, VideoMaster101, who is England, and N7 Sire, who is France. So I'll outline my army as we're moving up. We're planning to move up because they start to set up a defensive formation. So my army consists of 2 units of halberd militia to work as a sort of like a meat shield, if you will, and to absorb charges so I can counter charge and get the better bonus from the charge. I have 5 units of Hashashin heavy infantry, very powerful but only half-sized units, so they've got 2 extra hit points though, so they're pretty powerful. I have 3 units of Nubian bowmen, which are here behind Hashashin. I have 2 units of Mamluk archers out here. In the back here, mixed in with my cavalry at the moment on the march, 2 units of Napatoons and 2 units of Tabataria. And I've also of course got 4 Royal Mamluks as my main heavy cavalry contingent. Of course the Mamluk archers over here, those horse archers. The Lavernicus' army consists of 5 units of musketeers. He's also got 4 mounted chivalric knights, 1 mounted conquistador, the general's bodyguard. He's got 3 dismounted chivalric knights and 3 dismounted conquistadors to round off his army. Very well rounded army. He consistently uses Spain, so he obviously loves them, and yes, I would endeavour to say that they are probably, if not the best faction in the game. Good cavalry, great, best infantry in the game, some of the best cavalry in the game, and good muskets and stuff, if you know how to use muskets right. And they're not so great in terms of bows though, and you have to wait to the late period to get them, but I would say they're definitely probably in the top 3 best factions in the game, if not the best. Anyway, the French player, N7 Sire, he has 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like he's got 4 dismounted chivalric knights. 1, 2. He's got 2. Looks to be 2. He's got Knights Templars, 1 Knights Templar, noble Knights, Lancers, Knights Hospitaller, and gendarmes. So he's got a bit of everything. French cavalry is very good, very excellent cavalry. But ultimately, this was a. Oh no, he hasn't broken the rules. 6 cav max, which he's got. And of course the English player, setting up a very well fortified looking defensive formation, has looks like he's got 4 units of retinue longbowmen. These guys are easily the best missile units in the game, in my opinion. They can outrange just pretty much everything. They're just fantastic, and extremely reliable. I think they're better than any musketeers by a mile, any gun units, and any other bowmen and crossbowmen. They're definitely the best, and they can deploy these stakes. He's got a huge infantry force, and this is actually not a good idea because cavalry dominate infantry in Medieval 2 Total War, like I've shown in many of my videos. But using the stakes to deter them, protect them, is not a bad idea, but once he takes them out of the stakes, if he from behind the protection of those stakes, he'll get pretty soundly beaten. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dismounted English knights and 2 armoured swordsmen, and of course with his 4 retinue longbowmen. So that's his force. So while this has been going on, me and Lavernicus have been marching up steadily. And the plan is simple. We're going to deploy his muskets in the front because they're going to have very long range, probably even more range than those retinue longbowmen. But these retinue longbowmen do have an extremely long range, but I think the muskets still have more. which is useful. So we're going to deploy them in the front, and I'm going to put my halberds right behind them, so if he decides to charge his muskets, he can withdraw behind my line. I can rush my halberds into them, and my halberds will likely be destroyed, but they'll absorb the charge, and his men will get snagged. I can bring forward my nappertoon and just pulverise them, cap pots of fire, and we'll be able to blow them to bits with archers and other bits and pieces if we need to. We'll also use my horse archers to provide distractions to cover any retreat that his musketeers need to make. In my experience though, musketeers, just, I don't know, they don't perform very well in my opinion. They're the way I see them working extremely well is when they shoot the enemy and the enemy's morale goes down like 3 steps in a couple of volleys. That's where I see their greatness. But in a missile duel against archers and longbowmen and stuff, 80% of the time I've seen it done, they lose. I don't know why, and I'm pretty sure I'm not using them wrong. I mean, if I straight line them up against another enemy's longbowman or something, they seem to just always lose. Not sure what that is, but even in this battle, I reckon it's my archers that make the difference in the missile duel, but I mean, I might be wrong. I was sort of busy focusing on the battle at the time. So anyway, as you can see, he's moving his men up, and they looked content to take their defensive formation, but I mean, we would have just sat there and shot at his heavy armoured knights and things with the muskets, and they would have done very well. They might not have taken a heap of casualties, but they would have reduced the morale of those units heaps. That's what I find in my experience muskets are good at, is just taking down morale. So he's going to move his men out into the front there. He's going to deploy out there on my extreme right with the rest of his army. And I'm just going to move up to make sure I can, if something, they charge or anything like that, I can react fast enough to protect them. So halberd militia are very useful. I've found them to be very useful just to use as a screen for your main infantry. Basically, if you can absorb their charge and then counter-charge, you'll pretty much kill their infantry right out. It's really useful, so that's what I use the halberd militia for. I also use them much in the same capacity you'd use a Peter shield in Rome Total War, just this time for arrows and things. So his musketeers should get into range soon. He's going to continue to move up. And very foolishly, in my opinion, the English player had broken his defence with his archers. We could have easily used our cavalry to do this, to destroy them, but we're going to use our long-range units to do exactly that. And I'll use my horse archers to assist, so I'm going to rush them out to and put them into Cantabrian Circle, and we will shoot them up.
Men are under attack. We need to act.
So I don't think it's really doing a lot of damage. I think most of these hits he's taking are actually from my bowmen, which are in range as well. I just don't think they're doing a lot of damage. I think it's my bowmen that are doing the damage. So here he's going to charge his Knights Templars in to try and French player to try and kill my Mamluk up. We'll just withdraw them, and Lavernicus will bring in 2 units of Chivalric Knights to intercept, and I've also got some of my Royal Mamluks to get out there and destroy them. But now, very foolishly, the English player has brought his army forward. This is just going to be pickings for our cavalry, and here he comes in with his retinue longbowmen. I see them completely isolated, so I'm going to charge and wipe them out of the game immediately. Quick decisive charge destroys the unit almost entirely.
In time our foe will surely see this and lose heart.
And I do it the same on this retinue longbowman over here. Lav will basically, I'm just going to let him take these units out of the equation, these 2 cavalry units, the gendarmes and the Knights Templar, out of the equation with my horse archers firing at them, while Lav's 2 chivalric knights do handiwork catching them. So here's another full charge on his dismounted English knights, completely isolated and alone. Coming with a charge, knock half the unit out, pull out. He's going to bring in some cavalry here, which is a bit rough, which is going to snag me. So if I get snagged, I can start to lose. If I don't get snagged, I'll be right. So, held with militia, they'll absorb the charge. They won't win it, of course, but the charge is absorbed. Over here, Lav's got the same idea, just knocking out this heavy infantry with our cavalry in the charge, and we're kicking a lot of ass that way. Over here, he intercepts the gendarmes with chivalric knights, but he's not winning that, but I will come in with my guys to defend. Lav will send his musketeers to the flanks, which is what you want to do with the musketeers. So now we're going to counter-charge. These, now they're snagged on my halberds, my Hashishim have counter-charged, and as has Lav's conquistadors.
Now.
I was firing some Nifatoon, but I stopped because I realised that what will happen is we have our own men.
Remains. We must pray they lose their will to fight.
So, the Nifatoons are going to have little limited effect. I've kept my Tabareria in for a rainy day. If something bad goes happen, a good charge from these guys should make a big deal. So, over here, these Lancers are having victory against my Royal Mamluks.
We need to act.
But Lav's conquistadors are coming in for a charge. Again though, I'm going to hold back my Tabareria to shield my archers and also to save them for a rainy day. So now my Royal Mamluks start to win, so this is a fairly even fight. They are mace armed against the sword armed, I think, gendarmes, so that will give me an armour piercing trait. Over here I see an exposed unit of dismounted chivalric knights, going to charge it with my Royal Mamluks.
The infidel general lies dead.
My halberds and Tabareria killed the English general.
All praise to Allah. You have left our enemy lost. They run like children. Scour them from the field.
So there's a few French knights trying to have a crack at my archers here, but they're just too depleted.
Remains. We must pray they lose their will to fight.
So we've got pretty much dominance over the battlefield now. So basically we're just using our heavy cavalry and cycle charges, just pulling in, knocking out until you work them and kick some serious ass that way. Again though, we've got units reserved, and basically these two are just getting absolutely pulverised.
The infidel general lies dead, and now his men fear us.
So I get the honour of killing both enemy generals, and our horse archers have, my horse archers just drew away a lot of his very important cavalry to their force, and now they're just getting beaten down by the conquistadors and Tabareria and other various units like our Hashishim and more of their dismounted knights and things. So as you can see, the whole French, and here I'm going to come into a hammer and anvil, and we're going to complete that.
Victories are like sweet nectar. Come, let us drink of the most rare and glorious fruit.
So our Spanish and Egyptian armies have quite easily overcome our opponents. Here's the statistics. A clear victory. I had 1,276 men. I had 308 men. I lost 308 men. 968 of my men remain. I have 654 kills plus 131 captured. So that's nearly 800 altogether. Lavernicus has 1,591 men, quite a large army. 379 of his men got lost, and he had 1,212 men left. 506 kills and 110 captured, so he had about just a wee bit under my killed amount. And those guys, N7 Sire and VideoMaster101, had smaller armies than ours, but you'd assume they'd have greater upgrades, maybe more expensive troops. The defensive position could have been quite decisive. If they stayed behind those stakes, it would have made it much harder for our cavalry to get in, safely that is. But as you can see, 431 kills for N7 and VideoMaster 352. So here's the statistics. Again, like most games, the heavy cavalry do most of the hard work. If you can see, 134, 60, 115, 99, and a good 20 each captured pretty much. So they did lose a few because they had to go up against some other powerful cavalry, but nonetheless they carried a lot more than they lost. The Mamluk archers, very useful. They're the horse archers. They basically just provide a good distraction and peppering missile fire to make them rush, basically. Halberd militia, again, of course they're not going to do that well. They're going to absorb a charge, and my units like my Hashishim, as you can see, took pretty much no casualties and inflicted a good 20 odd each. Easy peasy work for them. My Tabataria, their charge provided a useful little bonus to the one particular part of the battle, which caused a rout. But again, two-handed units in this game are not that great because there was a bit of a bug or a glitch that doesn't get fixed unless you're playing one of the expansions. And my Nubian archers provided some useful little support as well. So ultimately, his musketeers probably did get most of the kills, actually. It just doesn't look like they were doing that great, I guess. But anyway, as you can see, everything came together pretty nicely. My Nafatoon never really got much of a chance because I was too worried about hitting our own men and causing a rout or something. But if they get in and get in decisively, these two units could have really made a massive difference much faster. I've seen my armies mass rout if there's enough Nafatoons hitting them. They can be very deadly if they get in, but they can be a little hard to get in sometimes unless you get them around the flanks safely. But I was a wee bit worried that their heavy cavalry might hit them, so I didn't want to waste them. But it came together pretty nicely, and me and Lav got a clear victory. So good game, of course, to Lavernicus, N7 Sire and VideoMaster101. Many thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I thought it would be quite fun to toss in a night battle. But a very fun game nonetheless. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you just leave your comments if you have any things of interest to say, or constructive criticism, but whatever you want to say, I'm willing to listen. So thanks again for watching, guys, and I shall see you soon next time.